Hello, 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 everybody, and welcome to the Peter and Flopcast. It is the start of a brand new year, and of course means even more episodes of the Peter and Flopcast. We are here with episode 22. New year, new stuff.
What's up?
How are you lovely people doing today? Damo is, having technical difficulties, so will not be doing camera today.
Yes.
So, yes. Oh.
And to give a brief, just for a little bit of a understanding on everybody else's part, I believe. The reason for that is I reset my PC. Everything's kind of, in a way, a bit smoother now, obviously. It wasn't like a space issue or anything. But I still can't get onto the BIOS, sort of thing. And I'm assuming this is part of the issue that I've been having, more so coexisting with the Witcher 3 bullshit. So until I have everything full on up and running and stuff and have more of an understanding, it will be done like this for now, I think. What do you reckon, Chaos? Just to be on the safe side.
If that's what makes you feel safe, then that's probably the best thing to go for. But yes.
Yeah.
As you obviously heard, ladies and gentlemen, I am the Chaos of Dragons. To those of you who are not familiar, who are tuning in for the first time, also hello YouTube. And joining me, as always, is the controversial cat maid herself. We have Damo.
Yellow.
So,
Who's also, by the way, just to let everybody know, currently playing some Witcher 3 on my PlayStation.
So attention might be slightly divided. Wonderful. Alright, nice to know I'm carrying today. But nothing new there, though.
Well. Yeah, well, isn't it? Like, you know.
Yeah. So
I've just had to be on that Just Dance 3 bullshit. More exercise. Well,
you've been wanting to do more exercise.
I know.
You don't want to do exercise, but doesn't want to do any exercise. Just for chives. But yes, in today's episode of the Pizza and Flopcast, we'll be talking about, some of the bits of news that happened over the final couple of weeks of the year of 2022, but also talking about our excitement in games that have caught our interest that are meant to be coming out this year. Meant being the optimum word, because obviously, as we've seen in the past, games that we might be looking forward to or are curious about don't always stick to their due dates, i.e. Dead Island 2.
Dead Island.
Same thought process.
Yeah.
But
the phone's sliding everywhere.
But with that being said, Damo, despite all the technical difficulties, what games have you been enjoying over the past few weeks?
Witcher 3, naturally, on my PlayStation 5. The hotfix has actually fixed it. Surprise, surprise. What else have I been playing? We had Dead by Daylight yesterday. That was quite fun.
Yeah, we had our 12-hour stream yesterday. Oof.
Yeah, we did. And that was definitely a goal achieved.
That was a hot mess.
Right. I didn't pass out till like anywhere between 3:30, 4:30 this morning.
God damn it, Damo.
Like, I just couldn't sleep, and then I was just like, oh, let's like, you know, give you some company whilst, like, you know, they're streaming, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Because obviously before then I did had to kind of keep popping in and out because of a, you know, thing IRL with an IRL friend. They are okay. It's all good. No, but this one was genuine. No, like, this one was shit. Like, worrisome.
I know, I'm just being a dick.
Okay. But good news, they're all right.
Yeah.
They're all good. Yes. You know, so I joined Jury for a little bit, and then I ended up just, like, you know, going YouTube. Because I did try and watch Yuri's stream, but it was hella delayed for me.
Yeah.
On my tablet for some reason.
Yeah, for some reason, Yuri's stream a lot of the time is kind of hella delayed. Don't know why, side, but what else?
Mm. So it's just like, kind of just chilled and stuff, and watched YouTube, and then eventually I passed out. We had a bit of random demo, sleepy rambling.
Lordy
So
fucking lord. Also, hello, Mikino.
Hey, Mikino.
Thank you for your support yesterday throughout the 12-hour stream, my dude. Very much appreciate it.
Honestly, yeah.
Appreciate it, my dude. Thank you very much.
And I personally really appreciated the fact that you came and hopped into the VC for it too, honestly. I really do appreciate it, man.
Yeah. So, any other games, or you just kind of been dealing with a hot mess of a computer?
Obviously Fortnite.
Yeah, doing a bit
as well.
Doing a fair amount of that recently.
Yeah. I've already mentioned Witcher, Genshin yesterday as well.
Yeah.
I also went on Sims the other day because I was in a very creative mood.
Shock horror demo playing Sims. What? Wow! Something you are never known for. Ah!
To be fair, in my defense, I haven't been on it for the past couple of months.
Which is a which is a shock in itself. Sims time with demo has been fucking weird.
I know, right? And yet there's still no new news about that, on that kind of stuff, apart from we're finally getting a stage in between babies and toddlers. So, and there's not even been any recent news on that either. It's been a mystery.
What's that, roadkill?
Yeah, it's not leaking anything right now. Shock horror. So yeah, and as I mentioned earlier, Just Dance 2023. One of my friends got it for me, and I quote, "When you're not at the gym, Beat Saber is not enough."
Yeah.
I know I need the exercise.
Questioning that one, but
Beat Saber is not enough. Do you know the reasoning behind that?
I'd love to hear it.
Because you just made me stay stagnant, don't you?
No.
Because you don't want to fall over.
Clearly that's someone who's never actually seen fucking Beat Saber.
No, this is one of my old mates.
My statement stands.
Oh, they have, trust me.
Well, clearly they'd fucking know then, wouldn't they?
No, I know. I forced them to watch videos like many moons ago, last time we had a sleepover at her place.
Uh-huh. And how long do you reckon it's been? How do you think they've even retained any of that information?
Probably not, actually.
And there we go.
So I did some Just Dance. I did 5 songs, which, to be fair, they've got a good couple of rock songs on there. Definitely a fucking workout. And no, I'm not going to stream it.
Boo!
They want me to stream it one day once I'm a bit more comfortable with it.
Alright.
It's never gonna happen.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm raising my eyebrow at you. It's never gonna
just
happen.
Literally, when I was doing it, you could just hear my stomach whacking.
So, quick question. What's never gonna happen? You feeling the confidence to actually do it, or you just streaming it?
Both. Both is never gonna happen.
Alex, you know for a fact that ain't never gonna happen. He's just saying do it tomorrow.
Oh god.
Because obviously you've been like dealing with a very, very, very like buggy situation since the hot mess that was the next gen updates.
Yeah.
And they haven't now. There's actually been no more information on like, because they've done a hot fix, but they've not actually released like anything major in regard to it, have they?
I don't think they're planning to.
I think
that was their last ever update.
I think it's a case of they've done a hot fix which will temporarily sort it, but it won't fix for everyone. So I'd imagine. So I'm just playing devil's advocate here. It may be a case of they put out the hot fix to maybe fix it, but they're probably working on a more permanent solution and what the fuck caused this. So next time there's maybe like an update or something, they then can actually do it without causing shit to break.
Honestly, I'm too traumatized to even think about installing it back on my PC.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry. What?
Oh god. Yeah. No, I get you. I get you.
You know, like, yeah, okay, I've reset my PC, like, factory resetted it, man.
Yeah, I know. I know.
I've got the important shit on there now, like, you know, that I need.
Yeah.
And don't worry, streams will continue. Because, you know, I need to get back onto that routine, dude.
Yes.
Streams will continue.
We did
I might miss
yesterday.
out Wednesdays just so I can get everything working perfectly fine.
Yesterday literally was the whole purpose of actually making up for the shit you missed.
Yeah, you know, so Wednesday may not be a stream day this week, but Friday and Saturday will be.
Yeah.
You know, I just want to make sure everything's okay before I go full on back into it, so it might not be, you know,
Yeah. Well,
like I'll have Fortnite installed.
Well, I will say this though, over the Christmas period, you don't really see too many people tuning in during that time because people are busy doing their own thing at that point.
Yeah, cool.
And so, although not gonna lie, at one point we did, like on my end, it was a consistent amount, like over 10 viewers. So
Yeah, you had like at most like 16 viewers at one point consistently, and I was like, dude, that is massive.
I didn't want to draw attention to it, so I just kept my mouth shut.
No, I don't, because you forget what, like if we're streaming together, I still have your stream up as
Yeah,
well.
I had yours up as well.
I know.
Hence why I kept on doing the shit. It's how
And I appreciate
it's how I knew I was going to be able to actually keep you fucking awake.
You could see that board train just coming along, couldn't you?
Oh,
Just like,
yeah, that shit was going along like a fucking train and was waiting for the park up.
yeah.
There
It
wa-
wasn't because I was getting bored of streaming. It was like my mind was just going elsewhere. So it's like we just call it the board brain.
Mm.
It's just been a thing for a while, but we just rarely speak about it. But that's what my board brain is. It's just me like slightly like zoning out, and Chaos will like do an alert or something to like get my attention to
Yeah.
make sure I'm still like, you know, I don't end up mumbling something and then having to be like, huh, what? Sorry, what?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, God. That's... yeah, that's about right. So, on to what I've been playing.
Yes, please do say.
Well, as those of you who've been paying attention to streams over the past few weeks will know that I've kind of been on a bit of a mission. I've been playing, well, there's been a lot of Final Fantasy in the sense, mate. There's been Final Fantasy Crisis Core, which I've been enjoying. Great PSP game that they've actually managed to up the graphics wise and put a few little extra bits as well. So it's now actually real good for current gen stuff. I've also been playing Final Fantasy VII Remake Intermission, the Intergrade, aka Yuffie episode. Yay. Although I couldn't get too far on it, considering a certain individual ends up making it difficult.
Yes.
Inventor! You son of a bitch! As you guys will have, as those of you who are watching this on YouTube will have seen, in the previous upload of what actually took place of me getting a PS5 for Christmas. Woo! PS5 gang!
How are you actually feeling it on the PS5? Because I know you said you don't have the adaptive controls on.
I'm fine with it.
See, like, this is the thing. I thought I wasn't going to be okay with the adaptive controls, and it doesn't actually take that long to get used to either, but it's like when you go back to not having them, it's like, oh no.
Me, I can... Well, I'm just weird because I can literally adapt to any sort of control. I can adapt to literally anything when it comes to games.
Yeah.
I adapted to the Xbox controllers, no problem. I adapted to the Switch control. I adapted, like, every single console that I've had or played, I've literally adapted to without any issue. But that might just be me. Also, I just realised Garnu and Nero on my ends still have their Santa hats on. I'm just going to leave it for now.
Well, yeah, because you have until January 5th, technically speaking, for those
we have until
kind of
whenever
like
we
on
have
that
until
trip.
whenever I fucking say. So.
That is very true.
But yeah, so I've also been playing some of my other games that I've not actually managed to get play for a while. Nexomon, I've been playing quite a bit. Genshin Impact, oh, so much better. It's so much better. Oh, now
Yeah,
next time Damo needs me to actually, carry her on a share play. Because
yeah, that's true.
I can't handle it. I can't handle doing the ascension. I can't handle doing this. Give it here. Although not gonna lie,
Yeah,
not gonna lie, I think I did pretty well on the PS4 and the PS5 version. So.
oh, that's true.
One game I'm definitely gonna have to jump on to finish is Horizon Zero Dawn because my mum got me the bundle with Forbidden West.
Ooh,
So yep, I'll be playing that at some point. I've
there
also
we go.
been hitting Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which is so much smoother. It's fucking weird. I put over 85 hours into that game, and I'm not used to it being that smooth. Oh.
Just to, that's me covered for the next 3 months. Thanks, phone.
Oh, god damn it, Damo. Remember, alerts do not kick in when we're doing this.
No, no.
I'll get you back next stream, though.
Oh,
Yeah, they even summon for 23 months in a row.
Yeah. And that will also continue for the next 2 months after this month too, because I got the 3-month bundle through my phone.
Nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, Christ, it's been absolutely mad. Like there's loads of games that I'm still yet to jump on. I'm just currently rebuilding up my library because it was all the stuff wasn't on the hard drive because I had to make it so it could adapt to PS5. But in regards of transferring the data over, I did not have to wait long. Lion, I found out why Lion had so much issue with his.
Oh.
He only had he didn't do his with Ethernet cables in both his systems, which is what's recommended. I did it with mine, and it was literally done within 20 minutes, half an hour.
Yep.
And he's like, no, when I told him, he's like, "You fucker!"
Ayo. One of my bestie's presents is being worked on. Very nice.
Very nice.
Thank you very much for that.
Also, I tried out SD Gundam on PS5. So much better. Everything's just so much smoother. It's so much quieter. Fortnite, I also, not gonna lie, I can't really tell much of the difference, to be honest. But, hey, because most of the time I'm usually trying to, either keep my ass alive or keep Damo's ass alive or keep everyone else's ass alive. Oh, what's that? Everyone's down. I have a hammer. Okay, cards got. Time to go. Yeet! But yeah, it's. Oh man, it's been a definitely an interesting Christmas to say the least.
Yeah.
Also, one of the other presents I got, Pyro Slime from Geo.
Hell yeah, yeah.
Still haven't come up with a name for it though, but I will.
No, I knew you will. To be fair, I can see it happening.
Yeah, it's just taken me a while. Oh god. But yes, I know it's not exactly much information, obviously, my end, but we do have, as I said, quite a few things to kind of talk about that's happened over the couple of weeks of the last year. And we haven't grabbed any news that's happened this year yet because, well, we've been kind of busy.
Yeah.
So, I will start things off with a bit of a laugh. It's basically just an article that I came across, which, not gonna lie, made me chuckle, and probably is going to result in someone resulted in someone essentially being grounded for the next year. And the article goes as such, or at least the headline of it. Young gamer blows family's entire Christmas budget on Roblox microtransactions.
Oh no.
Yep. Christmas may be something plenty of us look forward to, but it can also be a pretty stressful time. That's if you let it, if you don't, plan ahead like I do. It's a time of year that can require a lot of spending. Even the best of budgeters can incur unexpected costs, but what you may not expect is for your entire family budget to be blown on Roblox microtransactions. Microtransactions continue to appear in most games, and despite their unpopularity, rake in a ton of money. Diablo Immortal earned $24 million in its first 2 weeks of release alone. Jesus Christ! $24 million! Fuck me. Fortnite has also landed itself in hot water for its microtransactions across the US Federal Trade Commission. Found Epic Games guilty of tricking players into making unintentional purposes. Hence why now they always they do a double click when you go to purchase something. Because that shit was a bit of a nasty topic. As reported by Daily Star, so don't exactly trust this information too much, Mum Kayla Howard was horrified after receiving a call from her bank to inform her that her 7-year-old son had spent hundreds of pounds in Roblox. Kyla's son had been purchasing Robux, which is the in-game currency, leaving the mum overdrawn in her account with no money left to pay rent or buy Christmas presents. In a bid to try and save Christmas, Kayla set up a crowdfunding page. In total, Kayla's son spent around 740 quid!
Fuck that shit, I'm out. You're gonna get yeeted.
All that kid's gonna get for Christmas on my end is just a brick.
Mm.
Do you know what you're having for Christmas? What? This. Huh? I would immediately change all passwords on all things at that point.
Yep.
Jesus Christ. But additional fees were incurred. Attempting to apply for refunds via the Google Play Store were largely fruitless. Kayla was refunded oh my god. This is from the Google Play Store. Do you know how much she was refunded? £8.89.
What the fuck?
Bruh. The mum of four told 12 News via Daily Star that the timing could not have been worse. She said, "Sometimes as busy parents we do overlook things. He's 7. He has autism. You know it's hard for him to recognise consequences for his actions. That's why he's working on. I'm trying my best not to cry, not to stress about it. I'm just trying to be as solution focused as I can. Thankfully it looks like Christmas is back on." Kayla's crowdfunder has, at the time of writing, raised an incredible $8,975, exceeding her initial goal. It is the season of givings, after all. Jesus Christ. Just... what the fuck? Okay, the fact he has autism, okay, that kind of slightly may explain a few things, but still!
I get that to an extent,
yeah,
but what?
Just... jeez.
I like how on the day of the Flopcast, I find, like, 3 new pieces of things.
Well, then post and get ready to talk about it then.
Well, I posted them in there so I don't lose them.
Yeah. Oh, make sure you're fucking ready. We'll also be throughout the Flopcast, we will also talk about games that are coming out. Well, as I said, possibly coming out this year. As well as games we might possibly pre-order ourselves, and for some of the reasons behind them. Because I have a couple. Hey, Chaos Diablo Immortal forces you to spend money in some parts of the. Wait, really?
Wait, what?
Diablo Immortal forces you to spend money in some parts of the game.
Well, I'm glad I don't play that then.
What? Yo? What? Hey, yo, that's fucked. But back to the article at hand. If you let your child onto a system, make sure that that at least your card is off that system. Yeah, maybe you're paying to constantly put it back on, but it's the safest bet so you don't end up with situations like this. Obviously, she said sometimes as parents you miss things, but at the same time, you kind of fucked up. It's a lesson I think she's definitely learned.
Yeah.
Still, at least their Christmas.
Hide your credit cards.
At least Christmas was somewhat safe thanks to the generosity of people. So there is that. I cannot fault the generosity of people online. Haven't experienced it myself. Jeez. Speaking of a Bane, hello Inventor. You bastard.
Hey.
You bastard. Alright. So shall I keep talking?
Yeah, go for it, mate.
Alright. So, as I mentioned earlier, I've been playing Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core. One fan of the series, they didn't exactly have a good time. But I'll read this article as is, and ladies and gentlemen, these are articles. I've not had time to do much in terms of research. Final Fantasy VII gets sent wrong version of Crisis Core. An unfortunate Final Fantasy fan has been eagerly awaiting the arrival of Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion. I know, mouthful of a title. Has been severely let down after they received the wrong version. The remaster of the 2007 PSP title has been generally well received, giving many players the opportunity to enjoy the prequel story for the first time. Crisis Core FF7R Reunion is out now, but as most who have asked for a video game as a present can attest, ensuring the right version arrives is just as important as getting the game at all. While well-informed, well-intentional parents sometimes fail in this regard, it's a store that's allegedly to blame this time around. Would it surprise you if I said I had quite a hangover today? No, it would not. It would not surprise.
Also, it's for you to read out the one that I've just posted in.
Sorry?
The one that I've just posted in the Flopcast chat.
Okay.
This for you to read out at some point.
Alright. Yeah, I had a feeling you might have a hangover, Inventor. Alright. Reddit user Canon2 took to the Final Fantasy subreddit to share their plight with others. They received a Nintendo Switch version of Crisis Core, but had placed a pre-order for the game on PS5. While some players with both systems might be willing to settle for a different version, unfortunately, Canon 2 doesn't own a Switch, leaving them with a game they can't play and an unhappy situation, while others get to explore Crisis Core on their system of choice. To make matters worse, getting the right copy of the game is going to be more complicated than Canon might like. And there's a picture of it. According to Canon 2, the pre-ordered Crisis Core they bought the Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion copy from the UK game store, so they reached out to see if they could help. While the store is willing to exchange the copy for the PS5 version, Canon 2 has to mail it back first, wait for it to be processed, and then their proper copy will be shipped out to them. Under the best circumstances, it could take several days to get this done. However, between the holiday season and current strikes in the UK impacting the Royal Mail service, they might have to wait a considerable amount of time to finally play the game. Yeah, and I found this article literally about a week before Christmas.
Jesus.
Yes. So, yeah, to give you an idea how fucked they probably are. There's been no update on it, so I hope something's happened, which has managed to actually been able to get them a copy of the game. If not, I do apologize. It's just yikes. Picking up the game digitally is usually an option for most players these days, but PS5 players prefer physical games to digital ones. This mistake would have been extremely unlikely to happen if buying the game from a digital storefront, and if it somehow had a quick talk with the support, would like to lead to a swap of the game version all but instantaneously. Sadly, the situation likely came about due to simple human error somewhere in the shipment process. So, Canon 2, I hope you got your copy of the game. If not, I hope you don't have to wait too long. That is a humdinger of a sheesh. Give me a sec. While I...
Oh.
Oh, is the update teased one you're talking about?
The Pokemon.
Oh. Alright. Also, I have the trails from Zero game. So that might
What's the point now?
Right.
Will be delivered in 8 days. I've got plenty of time. We all good. We all good.
Alright, there we go. Sorry about that, everyone. I just wanted to grab shift stuff around, so I'm actually good. Alright, you ready for yours?
Yeah, you.
Alright, take it away.
So I was just making sure when I was I had to just double check on my game app about Resident Evil 4 remake. Anyway, yes, the one that I shall start with, the only one that I posted after Christmas. Which is to do with Final Fantasy VII remake. Just waiting for it to load. Come on. Because I am on my phone, guys, so it's not like I can have everything just up in front of me today. Final Fantasy VII, Silent Hill 2, and Bloodborne will never be on Xbox, claims Microsoft. Okay.
Yeah, do you want to know the funny thing is? I'd also grab that article as well. Literally, I posted it before you.
Oh, did you?
Yeah!
Oh, for fuck's sake! Bruh!
Yeah, typical Pizza Oven Flopcast shenanigans here, ladies and gentlemen. Only difference is we're not going to see a cat on screen this time around. Oh, exactly. Alright, continue, Davo.
The never-ending war of words over Microsoft's Activision Blizzard acquisition may be getting tiresome, but it continues to provide some nuggets of information that we probably wouldn't have got any other way. In fact, so much legal paperwork has been produced over the last year that some details have gone unnoticed until now. As it seems, back in October, Microsoft claimed that Final Fantasy VII Remake, Final Fantasy XVI, the Silent Hill 2 Remake, and Bloodborne are all permanent Sony exclusives. That's never been stated as fact by Square Enix, Konami, or Sony, but if Microsoft is right, and there's no guarantee they are, it's bad news for Xbox owners and a useful argument for Microsoft in its attempt to buy Activision Blizzard. Microsoft doesn't reveal how it knows any of this, and it's unclear whether it's through insider knowledge, educated guesses, or purposely misconstructed internet sources. The statement in a report from October 2022 seems fairly clear, though. As states, in addition to having outright exclusive content, Sony has also entered into arrangements with third-party publishers which require the exclusion of Xbox from the set of platforms these publishers can distribute their games on. Some prominent examples of these agreements include Final Fantasy VII Remake, Square Enix, Bloodborne from Software, the upcoming Final Fantasy XVI, also Square Enix, and the recently announced Silent Hill 2 Remastered, Blooper Team. Only one of these statements is sourced, but when you click through the link that Microsoft gives for Silent Hill 2 on the website Engadget, it doesn't say anything about Xbox and clearly states that the exclusivity period is 12 months. That's standard in the industry, and it's very unusual for third-party deals to last longer than that. Final Fantasy may be an exception given the Square Enix and Sony's long-standing partnership, but Bloodborne was published by Sony, so it isn't even the same sort of deal.
No.
Although the legal document is from October, just 2 days after the Silent Hill 2 announcement, so someone wrote the whole thing in a hurry, the passage above was only noticed this week by Career Xbox News. Whether these games are really are lifetime exclusives or not remains to be seen, but it's normally rare for publishers to reveal that information publicly. And that's all the article states. Bear in mind, this was the 23rd of December when this came out, but I had it on 27th. But yeah, at the end of the day,
it's
Bloodborne, it's Sony. It's literally produced by Sony.
Yeah. So to them, if they want to actually let Xbox have it, that'd be oof.
And I'm not being funny. If I remember correctly as well, right? I don't care if you're Team PC, Nintendo, Xbox, Sony, whatever. I don't give two shits. I have owned the majority of all of those, so I don't care personally about the console war bullshit. Let's just make that statement there. But if I remember correctly, didn't Xbox try and acquire a shit ton of third-party places to basically make everything theirs and theirs only at one point?
Yeah.
And now they're making a statement like that, and Sony's just probably sitting there going,
well, to be
keep digging yourself a hole, buddy.
Well, to be fair, Sony has also tried to do something similar in the past, so...
Yeah, exactly. But at least they've kind of they've been honest with it to my knowledge so far. I'm not, like I said, I'm not on either party. I know people who actively play on Xbox and they enjoy it over Sony. Myself as a PlayStation player, I just prefer PlayStation over Xbox, but I have given Xbox a go over multiple gens.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, I personally don't care. I'm not involved in the whole console war bullshit. I'll play along if you want me to, sure, why not? But I'll come out with facts either way on both ends, why both are great and why both could be bad. But the fact is, Microsoft have come up with so much. They've literally dug themselves a big hole about it. Because with the current standpoint of not to go into too much detail, their legal affairs, shall we say? Shall we put it?
Yeah, the legal affair in regards of acquisition of Activision Blizzard.
They're now trying to pass blame on to Sony. Despite the fact, a few podcasts ago, I remember distinctively, minimalistically bringing this up, how Microsoft even said it themselves, that PlayStation is better.
Yeah.
They've also gone on to state that the reason why they were doing it in the end, because they got pushed in a corner literally by the internet to come out with the truth, and now they're going through all these legal troubles. And don't get me wrong, Sony has probably done the same, but again, to my knowledge, they've been honest about it. They may not have been upfront about it 100%, don't get me wrong, but they've always been honest about it. both parties have made mistakes. If you're gonna sit there and throw shade at Sony because Bloodborne, you're fucking stupid. Silent Hill 2, no, what was it? The HD collection was on Xbox and Sony, so they will probably get the Silent Hill 2 remake.
Yeah, it's just a case of what I'm thinking. It's just a case of sometimes like games will be on platforms before others. Like I've seen plenty of PC games that have been that have made the transition over to console, but it's taken some time. Because here's one thing I don't think a lot of people get: not all the consoles are actually built the same. Some have actually different coding.
Yeah.
So it takes a while to actually get shit to work.
Yeah. Like, even if there's, like, something minimal as well, by the way, even if, say, there's something different in, like, the new gen Xbox compared to PlayStation 5, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
You still have to go into the coding and port it correctly.
Yeah, like...
It's why a lot of the time, the games that are originally meant for console are not meant to be played on PC because they're so badly ported.
Yeah. And the same can be said for the Switch around as well. One game that I can actually give as a example: Phantasy Star Online 2. Literally was out on PC for a long ass time and was in Japan for a long ass time only. Then it's actually come over to the West. Then it finally hit Xbox literally a couple of years ago, and only literally about 5 months ago it actually hit PlayStation. Sometimes the coding actually does take a lot of time. So if people gonna jump up and down and say like, oh, it's because of this, it's because of that, it's like, have you even thought about maybe the work that goes in behind the games and less of the the playground bullshit that companies are playing? Because when you break it, because yes, there's all bullshit going on in regards to legal and reputation, and essentially just a pissing contest at this point. It still doesn't change the fact that there are people actually behind what the words are being said that are actually working hard to make these games in general.
Yeah.
So this is why, ladies and gentlemen, we always say do your research in regards of anything that we talk about here.
Yeah.
So then you can actually be given the facts. We've probably only scratched the surface about everything that's actually probably been said. But it's why we ask you guys to actually look into things yourself, and if anything pops up that you may want to inform us about, then please do let us know, either in the chat, because this is live streamed over on Twitch, or on YouTube in the comments section.
Because we appreciate all of it, honestly, because at the end of the day, we just see the articles.
Yes, and we do our best
to... And we do some form of research. Like, for instance, today, I've not been able to do a little bit of extra research. But at the end of the day, I will do some research later on. And if I do remember that information, or I remember to actually put it in the Flopcast chat, just like Chaos, we will then bring it up again, and we will say, right, we were a little bit wrong. We apologise.
Yeah, I did.
Because at the end of the day, that's all we can do.
Yeah, prime example, when we reported on the whole Bayonetta situation last year. Like, we did get some information, there was some information that hadn't actually come out, and we apologise for the wrong information that we put out. But at the end of the day, we can only actually do with what we find.
Yeah.
We are not professionals in regards to journalism, nor are we aiming for that.
No.
So, in regards of the whole Xbox, Microsoft saying, oh, PlayStation is better than Xbox, yeah, here's the thing. Alright, and I'll say this. For a time, PS4 was better than Xbox One. Then, Xbox One became better than PS4.
Yeah.
So...
Like, if you guys are happy with, your little mini fridge, we're happy with our gigantic ass modems. Like, just say it.
Or to put it another way, if you guys are happy with your big bread bin, we're happy with our Seto Kaiba/Cell. Oh, come on, it doesn't look like Cell's head or Seto Kaiba's fucking coat.
Oh, also, even though I've not managed to find an article on this, It was actually a YouTube video that I watched the other night.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's going to be the Witcher 1 remake.
Yes, I have heard about this. There is actually, it's been slightly confirmed that there will be a first Witcher game remaster, which would then also mean that they're going to do Witcher 2 as well.
Yeah.
Because...
And there's also talks as well of Witcher 4 coming out.
Here's the thing that I think a lot of people might be missing in regards to the Witcher series. A lot of people their first experience with the Witcher games will either be the Witcher 2 or the Witcher 3. Now, as those of you who have played the Mass Effect series or the Dragon Age series, there are some events that take place that actually do affect the story to an extent based on your decisions throughout the game.
Yep.
So, some of the things that you'll experience in The Witcher 3 will be possibly different based on the choices you've made in the previous games. So the fact that this is actually going to be happening, about them actually possibly making a Witcher 1 and then Witcher 2 remaster, is actually a good thing, because it'll actually enhance the gameplay, so it'll actually be tailored more to your choices.
Because it was more Witcher 1 doesn't affect any gameplay in Witcher 2 whatsoever. Again, I've watched a video on this during my chill down time, and I actually stayed awake for all of it, to be honest, because it was a good video.
But the fact is, though, you can't just make 1 and then not 2.
Exactly. So what they might be doing, again, what I'm about to say, I highly doubt is confirmed.
This is pure speculation at the minute, people.
Yeah, it's speculation on my part. I think what they may do with the Witcher 1 remaster, or they may go ahead and remake it entirely, which either way I'll be grateful, because I've been wanting to play The Witcher 1. And I know for a fact I've never played The Witcher 2 either, to be fair, because, you know...
I have.
So I read the book. I read some of the books.
It was on the PS3 and Xbox 360.
I'm
with a Triss.
But Witcher 1, any decisions you make in Witcher 1 aren't carried over, because that wasn't really a thing at the time.
Yeah.
Whereas Witcher 2 and Witcher 3, they're not so much heavily carried over, but it's something in the coding.
Yeah, there's some...
You know, that's why you get the choice of Witcher 2 save.
Yeah, there's some things that I have noticed when people have played it. It's just like that I think could be like major things that might change the course of how, like, because it may not like have major impact, but it could also then end up leading to, depending on some of your choices, you may end up hearing about characters that were in Witcher 2 but not in Witcher 3. You might end up finding out more about them, which is, I think, a perfect thing, because it gives more backstory into the game. So if this actually is a legit thing, hey guys, CD Projekt, please, it would be a great thing.
Hey Mikino, I'm not streaming myself at the moment, sweetheart.
No, check Steam.
Thank you.
Steam.
Oh, check Steam?
Yes.
Why, what have you done?
Yeah, he sent a friend request.
Oh, okay.
And
I will do that tomorrow.
And he's also sent me The Forest.
Oh.
On Steam as well. Thank you very much, Mikino, because we were talking about playing it at some point.
Yes.
So...
I will get on it tomorrow, because I've only just factory reset my PC today.
So yeah, thank you very much, Mikino. Very much appreciate it, my dude. Christ. But yeah, I've now got some stuff.
Yes.
Especially in regards of the new God of War Ragnarok game.
Oh.
Yes. Now, God of War, the recent God of War series has taken by storm. Everyone's been thoroughly enjoying it. Well, it's become a very popular series. Has been some, and also there's been quite a few memes come out of it. Like, obviously, as you can imagine, boy. But one thing that has Ragnarok fans rather unimpressed is
Oh no.
the lengthy wait for New Game Plus.
D-
Yes.
Okay.
Now this article was this is what so apparently on the 22nd of December, Santa Monica Studios took to Twitter to announce that that New Game Plus is coming. And it will be giving players more to do after finishing the title. We know many of you have been asking, so we're happy to confirm that New Game Plus will be coming to God of War Ragnarok in spring 2023. We'll share more details once we get closer. Now, obviously that's a good thing, but you'd think they might, I'm sorry, but it's kind of a... for a game that seems to have done as well as it has, you'd think maybe they'd, kind of foresee people may want New Game Plus. Because when you got a story-heavy game like God of War, you kind of want something like New Game Plus because you don't know when the next part of the series is going to come out. So you want to be able to play it again and again and again and again and again, unlock stuff that you didn't before, or see how easier it is to beat enemies with certain weapons that you didn't have before, blah 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 blah. But the fact they're saying spring, that's like what, March, April?
That's not that far away.
True, but you know how impatient gamers are.
Well, I understand that, but at the same time, like, the way I do see it though is, again, it does take time.
Yeah, but
it takes time for these things because,
here's the thing. Why didn't they anticipate something like this before? Like, they've known the success of the God of War game. Why wouldn't they anticipate something like this for their next one? Because I'm pretty sure people were asking for it in the original God of War game. So why not anticipate it for this? Like, obviously, there's been a lot going on that's not been able to... has probably had their attentions drawn elsewhere. But, at the same instance, New Game Plus, especially in story-driven games, is kind of a big deal. There are plenty of games that I've done over the years, story games, that have not had New Game Plus that I wish they did.
Yeah, which is fine. Like, it's again a coding thing as well. You got to make sure everything works with it all.
Yeah. But again, why, like... Because literally, it wasn't that long ago that Ragnarok was released, and now they're saying that it's actually going to be... Now they're saying in a few months' time we'll bring out New Game Plus. Like, why have they been asking people about it when you'd think... Because at the end of the day, when you think about it, the coders are also gamers. You'd think like something like that would kind of, be necessary. Pokemon needs a New Game Plus. Alright, I'll get onto that in a sec, Mikino. I'll get onto that comment because that actually has got... I've actually got a couple of opinions in regards to that, and I will explain my reasoning in a minute. Obviously, yes, it takes time to code stuff and then get it working, because we literally brought that up earlier. But, at the same breath, in a game like this, it's when especially you have to go around collecting stuff, and stuff that you might actually not have necessarily noticed before. New Game Plus grants you that opportunity. And sometimes New Game Plus can also add an extra layer of difficulty as well. Because you got more stuff, but at a cost of actually making the enemies stronger. But it's... New Game Plus is a tricky thing, but for most story-driven games, it's kind of a necessity. Now, on to Mikino's comment about Pokemon needs New Game Plus. Now, Pokemon, I don't like... obviously you've updated your thing saying, but only for the Pokédex though. Pokemon is a game that could do with New Game Plus, but they'd have to be careful how they tread with that. Because it could go south real quick. Now, I'm going to use a bit of an example here. I know it's not exactly the same, but the Persona series, they've had New Game Plus in it for ages, since the beginning. And when you obviously start the game, obviously you don't have all your strong personas or equipment right from the get-go. Once you reach a certain point, however, in the story, pretty early on, then you do get access to that stuff. I think what might work if they were to do a New Game Plus for Pokemon is, if you are doing a New Game Plus, then it would have to now I imagine like the consequences would have to be like by doing New Game Plus, some of the trainers and some of the gym leaders are much higher level. Because you're going back through the game, you'll obviously have a lot of your strong mons. Obviously, you'd have to be able to actually access them. So I can imagine, considering the fact that the story of Scarlet and Violet, spoiler moment, kind of does have a time travel element to it, it could maybe include that. So I don't know, maybe something like that could actually possibly work. But that's if they... as I said, it could possibly work, but it could also fail. Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth has New Game Plus, but they basically give you access to your team that you ended the game with right from the get-go. Obviously, you can put up the difficulty higher and stuff, but it just means that you can basically just steamroll stuff, and any battles that you struggled with before, you can just... And then you can probably spend more time actually, searching for certain Digimon. New Game Plus is a very tricky thing. And for a game where you're going around actually collecting different monsters, it's tough, and I don't see it working unless there's reasoning behind it. For a game like God of War Ragnarok, that should have kind of been either there or it should have been there in an update or two. So I kind of say Santa Monica Studios did kind of slip up here on this one by not anticipating it. A wanted feature like that. But then again, it also depends on what they'll actually allow you to have when you do New Game Plus. Sometimes they'll let you have. Sometimes New Game Plus will let you have your old equipment and like information pages and stuff like that. Some will only let you have like limited things carried over. So it depends on how they actually work it. But New Game Plus has, for the longest time, been a slight slippery slope.
See, as someone, and I'm going to say this out right now, have I ever played New Game Plus on games? No. Because once I complete a game, I'm satisfied. If I want to go back and play it and change some things, I will go to a save file and do it that way, because that way I get to see the differences.
But there are
New Game Plus, however, I will never really fully understand because it's not my kind of thing.
I will say this: there's some stuff you can only access through New Game Plus, like with the Nier series. Literally, you can only access some of the stuff. You can only access like different aspects of the story by literally doing the game, completing the game, and then doing New Game Plus. Like in order to actually get the complete game, or in order to actually complete the game, you have to have actually beaten it a few times. but it's not always going to be the same story because it'll be from like different aspects. So some aspects where it's kind of like, then what about the Fallout franchise? What is your thoughts? My thoughts in regards to the Fallout franchise possibly having new game, in regards of having new game plus. I don't think it would work for a game like that.
No, but you're also talking to the person who's only played Fallout 4 and some of Fallout 76.
I don't think it would work. I played Fallout 3, Fallout 4, Oblivion, and Skyrim. And I've also done 76. I don't think it would work. Considering the type of stuff that you actually do in those games, I don't think it would actually work. Because there wouldn't really be any, like, some of the stuff you'd have. Obviously, some of the souped up weapons may actually make a difference. But at the same time, not really. Because in order to repair some of the stuff or get the ammunition for stuff, you might not have access, you might not be able to get to certain areas to get the stuff. So, but if someone did it as a mod, considering it's Fallout or the Elder Scrolls series, there's a possibility that there might be a mod like that could make it work. I personally don't think New Game Plus would work on the Fallout series or the Elder Scrolls series. Just my opinion. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we have hit the 1 hour mark of the Flopcast. So you know what that means, ladies and gentlemen? It is break time. So we will be back in 9 minutes. So go take this time to maybe go get yourself something to eat, something to drink, stretch your legs, maybe go pee or poo. Preferably not everything I've just listed off at the exact same time, because that'd be nasty and unhygienic. But we will see you guys.
Only if you're feeling especially brave, but we heavily do not advise it.
But yes, as I said, we will see you guys very, very shortly. Yeah, yeet.
Yeah, yeet.
Hello everybody, sorry for that long extended break, but I was just speaking to family.
Everything alright?
Yeah, just checking up on them as I always do in the break.
Good.
So, David...
Did you see what I put in the VC chat, by the way?
No. No, I haven't.
You might want to in a minute, it's funny.
I can't until we finish the Flopcast.
Alright, we'll have a look afterwards, it's funny.
I'm pretty sure there's over 1 billion mods for Fallout 4 and on the Nexus, and 2 billion for Skyrim. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Also, I think Arme's coming to season.
Oh.
And just like Ellie did last year, Arme's turned around and tried humping Ellie. And Ellie ain't liking it for obvious reasons. But it's kind of funny. It's like, shoes on the other foot now, isn't it, Els?
Yeah, you know, mate.
Oh, God. But yes, so, you got anything else?
Yes, I do. Give me one moment.
Alright, 1 moment.
I just
2
had
3 moments.
I just had Odin just, you know, like
5 moments.
bundle me,
6
bro.
moments. 7 moments. 8 moments. 9 moments. 10 moments.
Hang on,
11 moments. 12 moments.
Get it up,
13
bruh.
moments. 14 moments. 15 moments. 16 moments. 17 moments. 18 moments.
Alright, there we go.
It took you 18 moments, 18 times more than what you said. I'm disappointed in you, Damo.
I'm disappointed in the family. Someone has to do it. Anyway, Resident Evil 4 Remake development in final spurt, producers says. Known leaker expects new details to be shared in coming months. Resident Evil 4 Remake is now in the final spurt of its development, the game's producer has confirmed. Capcom's Yoshiaki Hirabayashi, sorry if I have butchered that, I'm sorry, said as much during an interview with Japanese outlet Famitsu, which recently published its end-of-the-year interviews with various developers. When asked about the producer's keywords for 2023, Hirabayashi replied clearly, Bio Resident Evil 3, Resident Evil 4, referring to Resident Evil 4 Remake. The producer added, Google translated, oh no. We're working hard to provide you with more information about Resident Evil 4 in preparation for its release on March 24th. The game is also in the final spurt to make the team united and make it a little better. Please wait a little longer. Going by these words, it appears that the highly anticipated remake will indeed make its planned March 2023 release without any delays. In other Resident Evil 4 Remake-related news, on Twitter, known as horror leaker Dusk Golem shared that fans will be getting new details about the game in the coming months as Capcom usually kicks off its bigger marketing push about 3 months to release. Based on marketing titles, we'll probably be receiving a new trailer. In addition to it's also possible that Capcom will also release a 2 to 4 hour gameplay demo for the game in the coming months. By the way, it's very likely that there will be some new Resident Evil 4 news this month. The leaker tweeted, there's definitely implications. There was a press event for Resident Evil 4 in December probably, and usually Capcom kicks off a bigger marketing push for Resident Evil games about 3 months to release. Resident Evil 4 Remake is slated for release March 24th for PC, Xbox Series X and S, PS4 and PS5 on March 24th, 2023. Those who buy on PS4 can upgrade to PS5 for free. While a PS4 version has been confirmed, Capcom hasn't directly confirmed that the remake will also be arriving on Xbox One.
Can I just talk about, if they're going to release anything, please make it so you can save the damn dog in Resi 4. You could originally. Why do you take that option away from us now? So many people were disappointed with that.
I know.
Like, what the fuck? Like, that shit needs to be put back in. We want to rescue the doggo.
They probably will at some stage. Go on.
They fucking want to. Like, seriously, they really want to.
Yeah, I know. I'm really excited though. I literally used the £20 wallet, like game wallet money that I'd saved up for like ages. That's just been sitting there, right, to pre-order it. So instead of it actually costing me like 80, it's gonna cost me like 60.
Oh god. So I was just clicking through my stuff to get ready for my next thing, and Twitter just refreshed, and the first thing that just popped up was, a vodka, please. Sir, this is McDonald's. Okay, a McVodka, please, and supersize it. Thank you very much, Mikino, for the 300 bits. There are no wheel spins or challenges during the Flopcast, but thank you so much.
We'll make a note for it to happen the next time he streams.
Yes. So thank you so much for your continued support, my dude. Very much appreciate it. Oh god. I do find that kind of funny. So I got a bit of an interesting topic that an article was basically said that does kind of call into question about Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Now, Scarlet and Violet, in my eyes, has actually been a very, very, very well done game. Obviously, there's been bugs and stuff, which has resulted in many funny videos. And it's been a really good game overall. The amount of Pokemon that's in it is actually really good. The challenges that are in there have been actually really good story-wise. Like, granted, the stories tend to, like, once you've done the separate 3, do culminate into one part at the end, but it's neither here nor there. And they do actually help you deal with an actual character death. Which, you know, not many other Pokemon games have actually done, apart from X and Y. But one feature that has kind of been, that is slightly irritating, is the fact that you can't really change your clothes. You can obviously have a different hat, different backpack, different shoes and socks, but for the majority you can't really change your clothes. You can go from shorts to trousers.
Oh wow.
And that's a unisex thing. It's basically the exact same whether you're a guy or a girl, which is fine. But GameRank.com, I found this on the 26th of December. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet removed long-standing female empowerment feature for no reason. Don't know why they put it like that. For the most part, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet introduced great new features or further improve on the foundations laid by others in the past, which makes Gen 9 one of the best mainline games released so far, even considering performance issues. There is arguably a much higher level of attention to detail in Gen 9 than any other game in the franchise, to the point that Game Freak added specific animations for how some Pokemon disappear from the overworld. For example, character customization in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet has made significant leaps forward compared to Gen 8 alone, but it's not always a bed of roses. A great example is that Pokemon Scarlet and Violet players can never take off their school uniform, nor change the way it looks outside of 4 predetermined outfits, one for every season. As such, players' freedom is quite limited because school uniforms are such an overbearing part of the whole outfit that it's hard to make anything else pop, especially considering that their colours cannot be changed. However, this is far from the worst issue that character customization entails in Gen 9, as Pokemon Scarlet and Violet completely removed the ability to wear skirts in Paldea, even though there are plenty of other characters that do, outside of the school uniform. Why Pokemon Scarlet removing skirts makes no sense. Often considered a symbol of female empowerment, I'm not sure about that. Skirts and dresses have been a part of the Pokemon games for almost a decade now, as they were introduced with Pokemon X and Y. As such, Scarlet and Violet removing both skirts and dresses entirely not only makes no sense, but it breaks a major tradition that only helped the franchise grow thanks to trainers across the world being able to choose what their in-game avatars look like. School uniforms always come with shorts and trousers regardless of the character gender that players pick at the beginning of the game, which doesn't make any sense. Scarlet and Violet's gendered language is always a bigger issue with the game when Gen 9 seemingly promotes a more open approach to LGBTQIA+ representation both via its NPCs and a character customization menu, and the lack of clothing options doesn't help. Allowing players to wear skirts and dresses would have continued a 10-year trend that had no reason to be stopped in its tracks to begin with. This makes less sense when one considers how Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl ended up including more clothing customization than Gen 9 does, accessories aside. Still, LGBTQIA representation in Scarlet and Violet is better than it's ever been. For instance, Rika from Scarlet and Violet's Elite Four seems to be introduced as a non-binary character, allowing all characters to wear skirts would have taken this further, while Gen 9 also features some prominent characters wearing a dress, with them being the sisters Rhyme and Time, as well as Poppy from the Elite Four, and Tulip from the Alfornada Gym. Skirts seem to be completely absent from Paldea, thus a good representation and character customization features don't shine as much as they would, leaving players wondering why skirts wouldn't be included to begin with. I don't know why this article seems so fixated on that. I'd be more considering like why is the clothing customization so limited? Like the earlier statement about why you can't customize the outside of your school uniform is, like, to be honest, I think all they'd need to do. The fact that they've basically gone on to like saying like skirts and dresses, skirts and dresses, skirts and dresses, it's like it's kind of an unnecessary for this article if you ask me. But I do get the general premise of what they're basically saying, like, why can't you customize how the characters' clothes look or what they wear more? Or is it because you're actually at a school, and when you're at school, a lot of the time, you're having to wear a uniform? But, on the same instance then, what happens when you're outside of school? You don't wear the uniform all, like, outside of school. Unless you're going to or coming home from school. So, that just leaves my question. Their whole fixation on skirts and dresses aside, do I think they need to add some clothing customizations? Yes. Considering the different hats, bags, wrists, gloves, shoes, and socks you can wear, like, the fact is that all that literally stands out for a lot of the avatars is literally the school uniform. Because it's like, if you're not paying attention when someone joins your word, it's like, oh, you're playing on Violet, or oh, you're playing on Scarlet. Like, there's no like, oh, where'd you get that from? Where do I find that? Because there's one item that several people that I know play Scarlet and Violet have actually wanted. The Eevee bag.
Yeah.
I've looked high and low to see if that's actually going to be in the game, or if it's in the game period to actually get. And it's not. Like, what the hell? That Eevee bag is awesome! Like, seriously, Game Freak, we love what you've done. Right, we love what you've done. Would like some more character customization, please. We get what you're trying to do with this one. Really appreciate what you've done with this game. Not demanding any. Would like to see something else. Because we know we've got some DLC coming for the game. Because I know you guys have actually started the event raids as well. Because we had Charizard before the end of the year, and now we've got Cinderace. So, it'll be interesting to see where we go from here. Because the game's only literally just come out, and there's already loads of life being breathed into it in regards to the 7-star raids, which, by the way, are a hell to get to.
I can imagine.
Yeah, I'm just looking even further into this article. Yeah, no, they're just going on about the same thing.
Really?
Yeah, it's like just one more paragraph of it. I'll read it. Furthermore, if 4 characters in the entire game can wear a dress, making it impossible to do so for players stings even more, because it's probably not a matter of character models. Then the reason why dresses were cut could be rooted in the design for school uniforms. But even then, skirts have been made available for players anyway, which makes this point moot. As such, there is seemingly no answer to why Game Freak decided to remove a long-standing female Why do they keep calling it female empowerment? Am I wrong in thinking that it's like skirts and dresses? Are they really female empowerment?
I honestly don't know.
I don't. Like, seriously, what the hell, guys? Game Rant. Alright, whoever wrote this article, they may want to, rethink themselves. They want to recheck their work here. Just, what the shit? Damo.
Yes.
You got another article for us?
Yep. That was quick pausing right now. I'll say that one.
Or I was gonna say, should we go to another oracle, or should we kick on for the final part, which was going to be upcoming games for this year?
I think we'll go on to the upcoming games if you don't mind.
Alright. So, this year we got a bunch of different games obviously coming out. Obviously we got, apparently, Final Fantasy 16 coming out this year. We've also got Diablo 4, finally, coming out. We've also got Street Fighter 6. There's a reason why I'm mentioning that in a minute. Dead Island 2 is also apparently meant to be coming out this year. Allegedly.
Apparently.
Yes. Hogwarts Legacy.
Honestly,
Hogwarts Legacy, Resident Evil 4 Remake, as Damo mentioned earlier. Also, we got a new Star Wars game coming out too. So,
yes.
yes. I'm just going through the list. There's quite a few. We got Octopath Traveler as well. Another Leica Dragon game. Basically the same one from the Yakuza Like a Dragon, but they've dropped the Yakuza title now. Which I think is a good thing, because it's now basically going to be a completely different game. We've also... Christ alive, there's so many. A lot of it's literally just like rinse and repeat. Also we've got, yes, Dead Space as well.
Oh.
Yes. We've got a One Piece game coming out as well. Another, apparently, Ghostbusters game. Suicide Squad game. We've also got a new Assassin's Creed game coming out. Assassin's Creed Mirage.
Oh.
Yep, Alone in the Dark. And another remaster of The Last of Us Part 1.
Again.
Yep.
Even though it's really not needed.
I don't get why games that were literally released like 5 years ago are getting remakes, and yet there are plenty of other games that fucking deserve it. That deserve better remakes, to be honest.
I know, right?
Yeah. Oh man. There's another. Oh yes, there's a Lord of the Rings game, Gollum. We go around playing as Gollum actually in the world, so that could be an interesting one. Kingdom Hearts 4 allegedly is meant to be coming out this year as well. Apparently a new Rocksmith game also, Rocksmith Plus. Yeah.
Oh.
Yes. Also we're meant to be getting a Dragon Age game as well this year.
I heard about that.
Yes. But that's still to be confirmed, to be honest. Oh yeah, they're bringing out a new SpongeBob game. Yes, I know, SpongeBob. Yawn. Fire Emblem also gets a new game coming out. Apparently Pikmin as well. And also we get a follow-on from Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, apparently. Tears of the Kingdom. So we have yes, Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, which apparently is meant to be the sequel to Breath of the Wild.
Very nice. The crossbows just stood in the air.
Kirby also getting a new game. Also a new Bayonetta game, Bayonetta Origins, Cereza and the Lost Demon, which saw a trailer for and actually does look really good.
Oh.
Yes. Not actually your typical... It's basically when Bayonetta was actually a child.
That's interesting.
Yes. Like, I'm just trying to go through, like... Obviously, apparently we're meant to see possibly getting Silent Hill as well this year, if I'm right.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's quite a few interesting games actually meant to be hitting like our systems, and it's like apparently there's also a House of the Dead remake, which that's a title I've not seen in ages.
Mm-hmm.
Forspoken. Wow, they're doing Horizon again. Jesus Christ. Wanted Dead. Theatrhythm Final Bar Line, which I think is a Final Fantasy music game. Wild Hearts.
Okay.
Yes. I'm just reading out anything that basically stands out to me, to be honest. Apparently a Dark Souls-esque game, Wulong Fallen Dynasty. Skullbones. DC Justice League. Apparently they're redoing Cult of the Lamb for physical. God of Rock. Hello Neighbor 2 Deluxe Edition. But yeah, nothing other than what you guys know. Oh, Outer Worlds 2. Oh god, we're getting another Avatar game? Jesus. The original wasn't good. But also, really, apparently, also meant to be getting the next part in the Final Fantasy VII remake as well.
No.
Rebirth. So I hear. Yeah, there it is, Rebirth. Oh god, fishing game. I forgot there was one called Bassmaster.
Oh god.
Also, this might be a title you might be familiar with, Damo. Alone in the Dark.
Oh.
You familiar with
Yes, the one that traumatized me temporarily with the gigantic fucking spiders.
Yes. But there are quite a few other games also that are not on this list. Because they'll be like, obviously subject to the exclusivity of their systems. But not just that, also there'll be like updates and stuff coming for games as well for some of the stuff that we actually already own. Now, there are a few games that I'm actually quite looking forward to for various reasons. Street Fighter 6. I'll get onto that in a minute. Fire Emblem Engage, just because it's a Fire Emblem game, and I've loved the Fire Emblem series for some time, so it'll be interesting to see how this one goes. Apparently we're meant to be maybe getting Persona 6 as well.
Oh.
Yes, I know. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, because, well, I'm interested to see how this story goes now. I've still to complete the Yuffie mission, with the Yuffie story, so we'll see how that goes. I'm interested basically how the Dead Space game is actually going to be, whether it's basically going to be just a graphically updated game and features all like the old horrors and stuff from the original Dead Space, or if it's going to be something brand new. It's going to be interesting to see, especially going to be more interesting because the fact it comes out this month. Yes, it comes out on the 27th of January. So that will probably be a lot of people streaming that. Now, one game this does kind of... My reasons for mainly being curious about this game, gameplay-wise, but also outside of the game stuff as well, because I don't know too much information about some of the back of this. Hogwarts Legacy. Now, to those who are probably familiar, obviously, with the Harry Potter series, you may understand my reason for being curious on this one. But I won't go into that because this is not the place for that. Gameplay-wise, however, it does actually look kind of good. The fact that you can stay basically doing the good stuff, or you can go to the dark arts. So it looks like it gives you a bit of an option, and not gonna lie, kind of some of what I've seen kind of gives me like a Fable type vibe of things. Like, if you commit dark actions, then you'll get obviously dark responses. If you commit light actions, you'll get light responses, you know? So, I'll be interested to see how that goes. How a lot of the player base in regards of Hogwarts Legacy are split for obvious reasons. One being of whether a certain person's actually going to get paid for this if they buy it, or those that believe that this person won't actually get paid for anything because they've actually not got anything to do with this. Yeah, it's technically their intellectual property, but they don't actually have anything to do with the game in general. So it'll be so it will be something that we probably will revisit in February, because that's when the game comes out, and just so then I'd rather actually get a full understanding of everything before I go ahead and make any speculations. So that is a game we will probably be talking about in the future. So look forward to our discussion on that one. Now, Street Fighter 6, as I did point out, has actually caught quite a few people's attention, even those that aren't into fighting games. It's caught even Damo's attention. For one particular reason. Character creation. Yes, Street Fighter 6 actually will have character creation, which is the first in the series. It'll be interesting to see how they go about things. Now, the last game, obviously, last beat-em-up game that actually had a character customization creation system, obviously, was the Soul Calibur series. Other games have actually done something similar with Mortal Kombat Armageddon back on the PS2. But they never actually followed through with doing that on any other titles. Something I think they missed. Because that could have been actually a good feature. But there have already been some people that have actually played the beta for Street Fighter 6, and they've actually kind of gone nuts, obviously, with the character creation. As do people do when they get a chance to create their own characters. I'll be interested to see what kind of monstrosities we'll be seeing in Street Fighter 6 once that becomes live. Now, I'm interested in it, and I probably will get it. My only hope is they don't fuck up like they did with Street Fighter 5. Because Street Fighter 5 came out, when it came out, there was so much promise for it, but the amount of stuff that was in it when it was released was like that of a beta. There was fuck all in it. Street Fighter, for quite some time, has had arcade modes and some story. Well, quite a bit of story, considering character lore and background and stuff. But Street Fighter 5, when it was released, didn't have either of those. All it had was literally either local co-op fighting, practice, and online fights. That was it. That put a lot of people off. Granted, they've made up for it since by adding those features in, but by that point, I'm pretty much going to say the damage kind of was done. Granted, the competitive scene of Street Fighter has actually obviously taken off, but I'm hoping that it won't just be that there will actually be stuff for those who don't want to actually just fight online in regards of everything. They will actually give you the chance to actually do story or arcade mode, so you can practice characters, learn different stuff. But that will be something that we will talk about when it actually comes out. Let me just
exactly.
Just trying to see when it actually comes out, and I believe it's in June, maybe? But yeah, it is a game that I do want to play, because I like character customizations. There's always been a fave little thing of mine. I created a couple of monstrosities in the Soul Calibur series previously. Alright, it comes out in June. 2nd of June.
Nice.
So I'll be kind of curious to see how that actually goes. Whether it's actually going to... Because obviously a lot of people will be playing it, obviously, to jump on to fight each other and stuff like that. And obviously you see a lot of people frustrated, blah, 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 blah. Now, one game, obviously, that I've mentioned on the list of upcoming, Damo and I have actually covered previous. and I think you and I will continue to talk about this as a slight joke for some time. Dead Island 2.
Naturally.
Having changed
I'm
its,
excited. I'll see it when I believe it.
Yeah. having now changed its release date to the 28th of June. Sorry, not June, April. It'll be interesting to see if they actually stick to that. But again, it'll be something that you and I will no doubt cover when we hear more information. But, Damo, do you believe that they'll actually keep to this schedule, or do you think they're going to trip up and have to delay the game again?
Oh, I heavily believe they're going to delay it again. Like, I'm going to say this right here, right now, so anybody feel free to clip this. If it actually comes out on time this time, I will gift 10 subs on Chaos's channel.
Well,
If it comes out when they say it's going to come out, I will gift 10 subs on Chaos's channel.
That's... okay. That's okay. That's a statement. Well, a damn. Give me a sec while I clip that myself.
Yep. I'm being serious, like, you know.
Yeah. I know, like, that's why I'm just like, whoa. Like, that's not a statement that's made easily.
If it actually comes out on time this time, clip this. If it actually, because I've been waiting for this game to come out for fucking years.
Yeah.
I'm glad I've never pre-ordered it, but I've still been waiting because I very thoroughly enjoyed the first one. If it actually comes out on time this time,
I'll try and sort it out later. Clips being weird. But yeah, that's a statement and a half, Damo. Like, wow. So, ladies and gentlemen, if look forward to that, because you know, Damo, I'm gonna hold you to that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna make any promises. All I'm gonna say is, if it gets delayed again, I'm probably going to laugh my ass off.
Yeah.
Because literally, I can't. If they do delay it again, I can't even be mad because at this point it's just a meme. Hell, they've even admitted it themselves that the delay is actually kind of memed. Hell, I'm pretty sure I even saw one comment actually on Twitter say Data Island 2 delayed. By the time they actually come around, half the world will be become a dead island. Oh god, just. And I just saw the time. That's actually taken us right to the final 10 minutes, Damo. Jesus Christ. It's gone by quick. But yeah, Christ alive. There's lots of games, obviously, that'll be coming out this year that I didn't actually, obviously, say. But I was just reading off, like, a lot of the main titles that you'll see in stores. Online stores is a whole different ball game. And I may actually try and actually grab a list for the next time. Because we may end up with some more information at that point on what games might actually be coming out this year. Because it's still only the second day of the year.
Yeah.
So just to document for anyone that's actually not curious, I always put in the description of when this was actually streamed originally. So yes, the 2nd of January 2023. But yeah, I'd say Flopcast wise, it's been a very interesting year, 2022 was. we've had many moments, especially considering some of the early ones when we talked about the Final Fantasy VII nude mod. Sephiroth! Massive cock! Thank you so much, Migano, for the hydrate. But yeah, Christ. And also, we've also changed as well. Originally, when I did the pilot, which was a test, originally we did it around the DBD campfire. Then
and then it was tempting.
Yeah, then we took it to the Genshin where I actually spent God knows how long actually trying to create the actual Flopcast set. Which is still there, by the way. I've not got rid of it yet. But yeah. And obviously we've now progressed to this. Thanks to yourself, Damo.
Yes.
Thanks to you, we've managed to progress to this. So yeah, we've it's been a very 2022 was a very interesting year, newsworthy, and obviously we've had quite a few moments obviously where the cats have got involved. And as I continue to say, when it comes to the entertainment industry, you can never work with animals because they are the most unprofessional things. Just look at any YouTube video involving animals that have been on live TV or on news reports. Shit always happens.
Always, man.
Sometimes more literal than others. Oh man, but yeah, hopefully this year will also continue to be a good, newsworthy year for us as well. I will reiterate what I stated a long time ago. Yes, this is only we do this every 2 weeks, but that's solely because then Damo and I can actually get the chance to and actually find stuff so we can actually talk about and not just click any old Tom, Dick and Harry bullshit. We want to make sure that you guys actually have some information so you can actually go on and then actually look up yourselves. We need to hold these companies accountable to their bullshit. We can't let them just go ahead and steamroll and give us bullshit and then charge us £50, $60 or $70 or whatever. They need to be held accountable. We are paying them for actual shit. We're paying them for actual stuff. We're paying them for we're going to be paying them for their time. If we get shit for it, then we're being robbed blind. We need to make sure that what we get is what we pay for. But how do we actually keep up with that? By making sure we have all our information covered. No lies, no ifs, ands, or bullshits. If myself or Damo reports on any information that might actually be wrong and we're not aware of it, we would appreciate that you don't attack us for it, but actually say, hey guys, just a heads up, you guys might have actually been wrong with a couple of bits, found out it's actually this, We would appreciate that, because then on the next Flopcast we can actually then say we have actually been informed that it's actually this and the information we had was wrong. So we do apologise for that. All we can actually do is hopefully guide people to actually start looking for stuff themselves, so then we can actually avoid getting robbed blind. So, we're not professionals, no way, shape or form. We do sometimes talk about video games when we're not being shown a cat ass.
Yeah.
Or when Damon's not taking a Siggy Wiggy Uwu.
Bruh.
It's kind of funny. I try and keep it onto the games, and it's always your animals that get in the way.
I know, right?
But then again, that's kind of to be expected on the Flopcast. That's kind of why it's called the Pizza Oven Flopcast. Because sometimes we'll try and get a good pizza out, nice and crispy and ready for you, and sometimes it'll just go flop on the plate. Won't always actually be there, but we'll always try and actually cook you up a good dish. Oh man, I'm looking forward to this year, Damo. It's going to be an interesting year.
Yeah, isn't it? To be fair.
Yeah, with game companies scrambling now to keep themselves out of lawsuits or getting in more lawsuits, with some big titles like Diablo actually now coming out, Diablo 4, it'll be interesting to see how that actually gets affected by what's happened there. Although, given the amount of people that still play Overwatch 2, I doubt it will be too much. It will also be interesting to see if games will actually keep up to their release dates, or actually keep up to their promises, and actually maintain what they've tried to do. Like, will we actually see the next part in the Final Fantasy VII Remake series? Because it's been a couple of years now. I know obviously it takes time, but we've literally had nothing apart from the intermission upgrade. And obviously now Crisis Core. And obviously we're meant to be getting like a before Crisis game, which was originally a mobile game, if I remember correctly.
I think so.
So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that goes. And also, not just that, what other games will we actually be seeing? Because I've also heard talks about there maybe actually being more Digimon games coming out. Like, will we actually see more of that? What DLC will we actually see for Scarlet and Violet?
Just so that you guys know, Saber is snoring.
Oh, of course.
He is asleep and snoring.
That's actually kind of cute.
It is, to be fair.
See,
Oh, he's my cat. What do you expect? Of course, it's gonna be cute.
he's usually a prick.
I know.
Oh wait, it takes after the owner.
But
But yeah. Thank you guys so much for your support, and to those that have actually watched this on YouTube every single time, I appreciate it. Myself and Damo appreciate your continued support over there. Please don't report us for any bullshit. We would like to be able to keep. I would like to be able to keep uploading this on the channel, as I think it's a nice little neat thing, and it actually keeps me focused as well, and doesn't completely forget YouTube. I know the upload on YouTube has been very sporadic over all this time, even more so now than before, but this is a very good thing, and I would like to actually keep going forward with it, and hopefully we'll actually have like a proper background for it as well for this. I will try and get on that at some point, providing I've not got birthdays or anything to run through my wallet. But that's always the case. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we have that has actually now taken us to the final. That has actually taken us to the final minute. So, ladies and gentlemen, Damo, we have two options for stream for the raid. We have Arnie, or we have Blue, and Blue is currently playing High on Life.
Blue.
Because
just because it's traditional for us on a Monday.
Yeah, it's kind of tradition.
Yeah.
But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, obviously there is the raid command for you guys, for those who are just followers. I am just currently grabbing the next bit. And this one is for those of you who are subbed. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be it for the Pizza Oven Flopcast tonight. We will be back for the next episode on the 16th of January. We're getting 3 Flopcasts this month, Damo.
What's hell?
Yeah, I know. 16th and then the 30th. So plenty of time for stuff to actually happen, and plenty of time for stuff to go wrong. Next week is our continuation of Digimon Survive, the truthful route. But yeah, thank you everyone so much for tuning in. You guys have been absolutely fucking awesome. Whether you watch this live or you watch this on YouTube after I've actually managed to, get the editing done when I'm, not rammed with work or anything. But I still appreciate, because this is something I wanted to do for a long time, and we've managed to actually keep it up for an entire year.
Yeah.
Which is big for both me and Damo.
Yep.
I'm still trying to get used to using a mouse. But yeah, thank you everyone so much for tuning in. I will see you guys in the next one. I'll obviously have the Flopcast will be going up at some point this week. Possibly Wednesday or Thursday, providing I'm not swamped. But from myself and Damo, we thank you all, and as always, raise your pizzas high and say it with me: stay chaotic and live for the challenge.
Hello?
Bye.
Bye-bye.